There's big news going on in the cannabis space today, not because of what's happening at MJ Biz or anything like that, but this is one of the most incredible partnerships I think cannabis has brought so far. Let's see what you guys have to say. Because METRC and Treez partner to create the first cannabis product catalog in the world. Product and brand information can be accessed and uploaded into retailers' POS systems using the global industry-wide product catalog. With a partnership with METRC, Treez, the leading enterprise commerce technology platform for retailers, announced today the creation of the cannabis industry's first global product catalog. Ensuring accuracy and reliability, the global product catalog will empower retailers with a trusted master database to deliver consistent product information and shopping experience across cannabis retailers nationwide. Through this partnership, Treez and METRC will streamline the process of creating product information in METRC, the existing source of truth for product information, while removing the need to upload and maintain data across downstream platforms. The collaboration not only reduces labor hours for operators, but also enhances the overall consumer experience by eliminating duplicates and efficiencies associated with the manual data entry. As Treez co-founder and CEO John Young says, we want to provide retailers with a standardized product catalog that will help them gain a competitive advantage by reducing manual labor hours and saving them time and money. As a result, the global product catalog, retailers can buy a loyal customer base, and they can count on resulting in increased sales and growing the entire industry. By partnering with Treez, METRC emphasizes the crucial role of the point of sale in the cannabis supply chain, ensuring seamless information dissemination throughout the cannabis ecosystem, creating a stronger industry. Creating an industry-wide standard model for sharing information requires the involvement of all retailers, brands, wholesalers, and other POS providers and technology providers. Treez is the lead partner in the Global Product Catalog Initiative. And METRC and POS systems are burdened with the cumbersome task of sourcing and entering inaccurate product details and lab results. Lack of uniformity not only increases labor costs managing information across multiple platforms, but also negatively impacts consumer experiences, resulting in sales losses. Streamlining the data entry process allows retailers to focus on customer service and strategic initiatives, fostering agility in a rapidly changing market. After the cannabis sector expands and innovates, a global product catalog will be crucial, said METRC CEO Michael Johnson. Beyond the immediate time-saving advantages for retailers, its far-reaching impact offers access to brand and product information, bolstering operations for businesses across the supply chain, and elevating the consumer experience. Together with Treez and METRC, created a solution that fosters efficiency and empowers operators. This partnership was a natural fit, they say. And everyone knows about Treez. They're a software platform. They're a POS software, yada, yada, yada. And with its extensible open API platform, you can integrate it seamlessly into e-commerce delivery, customer relationship management, marketing, loyalty programs, accounting, and ERP solutions with a dedicated client service team, 24/7 support. Retailers have everything they need to succeed, they say. Well, what do you guys think about this? And is this actually going to streamline the process in regards with retailers and product, with METRC partnering up with Treez? And now is Treez like the official POS for cannabis sales since they've partnered with METRC? Does this create a awkward situation for other POS suppliers? I don't know. What do you guys think? This is Jason Beck for the High at 9 News.
This is Monopoly. Yeah,
this is a takeover, bro.
I don't think METRC should be able to collude with any software provider. I think it's a huge win for Treez, because they get to be associated with METRC, and METRC really controls the track and trace game in the U.S. But like we saw with the Michigan Supreme Court, like until it's federally legalized, like there are no monopolies, so this can happen.
Well,
who's responsible for protecting data? That's my concern.
I would guess
there's
METRC.
A lot of data that's in METRC.
I would guess METRC would be responsible for that. That would be my guess. I mean, because they
I
already
think that
have it.
It's not going to be a concern until the government sees it takes off. and it's really, really, really doing good, and then the government wants the data, and then that's where you're going to hear a big thing about, because look what's going on now. All of these governments are in concert working together in order to try to mess off everybody. Why do you think we even have a TikTok now? It's data. Like, that's the new thing, is data. So once this kicks off, and because they're going to sit back and they're going to let them do everything to get it right, hoping they get it right. Because they're going to want to go after the data. They're going to want to know who's consuming, who's purchasing, how frequently they're purchasing, where they're traveling. They're going to want the data. The government will get behind that. I promise you that much. They'll even let them exist and let them hold a monopoly a while. You know, as long as they get the data, that's what matters.
I'm gonna say something. It's kind of an oxymoron right off the bat. But if any new states come on board and they have any scruples about them, they have any, if they hold sacred to them, to their hearts, the free market, if they will, they just will not take on any more metric deals. Period.
I wonder if
if you were setting up your cannabis industry, why would you deal with Metric if you know that they're colluding with the software platform, which most cannabis operators, you're going to want all in one, right? You're not going to want to go to this vendor and try to like do a bunch of stuff. You're going to probably going to want to get up and running as soon as possible, and it's a full-time corporate jack move, man.
I just wonder. I wonder if BioTrack is in talks with creating something similar with an alternative
Blaze or
POS
something?
provider.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Then you'd have
I mean,
like
it would
Coke
be
and
If they're not
Pepsi.
in talks, if they're not in talks, they're in trouble.
Behind?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're so far behind Metric at this point.
Yeah, but I think that this is. I agree with Anna. Anna in the chat. Anna says it's all for show. And I agree that it is all for show, but I do think that it actually will streamline the process for people that are using Treez software, because I can't tell you how many hours I've sat and had to input information. But the one thing that I will say, too, is that if they're going to input the exact same information that's in Metric, it's going to be crazy hard for people to understand and read, because how Metric words things and writes things as far as for product descriptions is just insane and crazy, and like normal people aren't going to be able to read that or understand it. And so I think there's still going to be some time where you're going to have to like manually enter this stuff, or maybe edit a lot of this stuff, so then that way it's in a easily digestible form of information for people to understand.
What happens
I have a
when
serious problem with a mandated system going into a voluntary relationship with a commercial enterprise, because these mandated systems have access to governmental entities. Metric is overseen here in California by the DCC. They can look up your skirt anytime they want. And if you partner up with a company that's out doing commercial activity and collecting a lot of extra data on people, where's the boundary? This is a problem I have with all these goddamn data collecting companies. Who controls it? Because the government's watching you. I don't give a shit what you think's going on. They're watching you. They can get this information, and because there's constitutional rights, including gun rights, voting rights, a lot, criminal rights involved in all this stuff, I have a real problem, because I don't trust any of these son of bitches farther than I can throw them.
I'm with you, Dale, 100% on that. Dale, do you think that one of these other POSs should band together and maybe file some type of a lawsuit against this to prohibit this this merger from taking place?
Well, of course I do. I'm just trying to think of what are the grounds, because this is all federally illegal. Okay, you're all talking about stuff that's against federal law, and that line is still a delicate one. We're not getting enforced because there's a continuing resolution that's about as tenuous as it can get. And this is all against federal law. That's why your fundamental gun rights are involved. We're still dancing around. If you get caught with weed, now you can lose your gun rights. You can have all kinds of problems. Your voting rights can go away. You can be accused of a crime. And if you're trying to cut a deal with somebody in Treez, okay, and keep track of all that data, and it's against the law, at what point is the federal government going to roll in and say, oh, you stepped over the line, you're outside the Rohrabacher FAR, whatever the latest spending preclusion is, we're going to go after you, and you cherry-picked us the data and handed it to us. I mean, that's the dystopian state I don't want to see, but that's where we're heading.
Yeah, I think one of the big qualms that I have with it, because I work for a software company too. Software breaks, software crashes, right? And if you have like both of these major points of your business, the two most important parts of your retail operation when it comes to software is number one, your POS and POS and track and trace, right? And so if you have them both with two different companies, but they're colluding, and what happens when it crashes? You're not down just one system, you're down two of the most important components of your operation there. What then? You're on the hook for being compliant, and you're back to doing paper tickets.
Exactly.
What happens when they hack you?
I love paper tickets. You know why? Because those paper tickets, you just throw them in the paper shredder when you're done with them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on
Yeah,
that